Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Monday, September 11th. So welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. I really do appreciate the support as always. So definitely don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It makes a huge difference. It puts my content out to new people. So anyways, we're going to start off as usual. We're going to start off by looking at the US dollar index. We're going to do a full top-down analysis on the dollar index. Then we're going to take the information that we learned from analyzing the dollar. We're going to apply it to all the dollar pairs, including gold and silver. Then we'll probably look at all the yen pairs. We'll take a look at a few commodities. We're going to look at the S&P 500 and few other things, definitely. So really we don't have actually any real decent news today, as you can see. We're already on Monday. We don't really have any news today, and tomorrow's a little bit of a slow news day also. We do have some news tomorrow, but definitely nothing really too decent. So we definitely are going to have time for some requests. So at the end of the live stream, if anybody wants me to look at some pairs, let me know and I'd be more than happy to do so. So anyways, let's get started right away, and we will start off by looking at the dollar index. And if you are a Patreon member, thank you for the support as always. And if you want me to look at something for you, then put it in the members chats. I always have an eye on the members chats during these live streams, so if you would like me to analyze something for you, put it in there and I'd be more than happy to do so. So anyways, let's get started. So I would imagine most people by now probably have a pretty good idea of what I expect to see on the dollar index on the monthly. But just in case you're new to the channel, this is, to me, looks like an uptrend, like a wave A. This looks like a big ABC of B. I still think this is an uptrend for a C, and I still think that this is the end of a correction. It did kind of turn right in the middle of these two fib levels, but the way it kind of didn't respect the 78, I think there's a good chance that that is the end of an ABC correction. I think this first move down is a 1. I think this is probably an ABC of 2. I still think this is eventually going to go down, make like a 3, 4, and 5, probably eventually look something like this. Now, this is the monthly time frame, and that is a very long time frame, as you know. So, I mean, this could easily take many, many years to fulfill, maybe even all the way till 2026 and beyond. So, in the meantime, let's head down to a more reasonable sort of time frame. So on the shorter time frames, I still think that this right here is a downtrend, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. Now you could label this as an A and then 3 waves down for a B, but for me that doesn't really fit because this is 3 waves down right here. This is 3 waves down right here. So when I see a trend and then 3 waves and then a trend and 3 waves, I always call it an ABCDE, even though a traditional ABCDE is actually more of a triangle. But I do think this is an ABCDE right here. I think we're probably going down a little bit on the dollar right now, but I do not think it's over. I still think it's going to go up to one of these two fibs, probably ending a wave 2. This will be a wave 1, and eventually it should go down and make a big wave 3. And if that's the case, we definitely are going to be shorting the dollar for a long time. So going all the way up to the daily time frame, pretty impulsive down, isn't it? We definitely got a very impulsive move down. I don't know if it was because of the Chinese news we had this weekend or if it was leftover movement from last week, but definitely very strong to the downside. Now, like I've been saying, the daily time frame, I believe, is still the time frame that is going to show us the end of this trend with a break of structure or a lower high. I actually think that even though this is not the third wave, that it is what I would consider a wave 3, and that this move down is probably going to be a wave 4, and it's probably going to go up at least one more time for wave 5, probably hit that 50% fib level, and then go down, then break structure, and then continue the downtrend. So I'm still looking at this move down as a correction to the last move up. Like this move down is probably a correction to this move up. Probably going to go someplace between 38 and 78% of this move up before it does keep going. Oh, there you go. You got a little trap emoji. Nice. Hey Mark, hey Fly Moon, hey Lewis, how's everybody doing? So going down to a little bit of a shorter time frame, the this trend right here is obviously over. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape right there with an impulsive down with a break of structure. Now this break of structure to me only proves that this section of trend is over. It does not prove that daily section of trend is over. I actually think this first move down is probably just a wave A. I do think it is probably going to go up, maybe even into the rest of the day and into tomorrow for like a B. And I think we'll get another push down for a C. And either it's going to do a spike reversal at the CPI news, go down, make a C, and then go back up. Or possibly it's going to already have the wave C in, and then the CPI news will actually be what causes it to go back up. Now, with how impulsive it is on the daily, I mean, there is always a possibility that this could be like a 1, a 2, and then it goes down, makes a 3, breaks structure, proves the trend is over at the CPI news that we have on Wednesday. But it seems like the most unlikely scenario to me because we're not bouncing off a fib level. So I'm not really convinced that the dollar is quite finished yet. I mean, it definitely did take out this high right here, which is probably half the reason why it's going down so strong. I'm sure that right there was a major liquidity gap right there. There was some major orders right there. But it still seems to me like we're going to get one more push up and then go down, then break structure. So anyways, let's take it down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I think that the dollar is preparing to go up because to me it looks very clear to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's probably a wave A. I would imagine probably the rest of today and probably throughout Tuesday, it's probably going to make at least a correction to this move down, which will go up and take out that high, probably a wave B, and then probably down again for a wave C. I think it's going to make an ABC correction that will go down to one of these Fibonacci levels before we get that impulsive move up. And maybe even the final wave, like the wave 5. This could be the 3, 4, 5 shape forming right now. So if that's the case, then we want to take that information that we just learned from analyzing the dollar index, and we want to apply that information to all the dollar pairs. So if we think that the dollar index is going to go up and make a correction to this move down, then the dollar pairs are probably going to do something very similar. So we need to keep this analysis in mind while we're analyzing all the dollar pairs, even gold. So let's head back up to the daily and head down to the euro dollar. The euro dollar does look pretty convincing that it's getting close, but to me, I mean, it still doesn't really look like it's quite finished yet. It does have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape to it, so I mean, we definitely have what could be very close to ending a trend. I mean, it could just end up doing something like this, just make one more attempt and then go. You know, maybe something like this, and then break structure and then continue the uptrend. So, I mean, to me, I still don't really see any reason to think that this whole trend is over. I actually still think that this is going to probably go down one more time, maybe even to the 100, or possibly retest the 78%. I mean, it definitely could hold that 78% and then go up like that and then break structure, and then that would be the end of a trend. Hey, Robin, how's it going today? Nice to see you. So let's head down to the 4 hour time frame. So the euro dollar is still one of the only ones that has not broken structure to the upside yet. I mean, to me, this downtrend that starts right here is still not even proven to be over. It's still lower high, lower high, lower high. I actually do think that the dollar is potentially going to make another push up, which actually could cause this to go down a little bit more. So since this one has not broken structure to the upside, I am for sure still looking for shorts in a downtrend on the shorter time frames. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, yeah, it's kind of dangerous trying to go short right now, isn't it, without a proper correction. So, I mean, the dollar index does kind of look like it wants to go up and make a correction to the move down, so you would think that this would actually go down also and maybe make a correction. Maybe it'll just make a higher low, and then go up and break structure. We're going to have to see what the next couple days hold for this pair, definitely. On the shorter time frames, it seems not very clear, but on the longer time frames, it does seem pretty clear that it probably is getting very close to ending this section of trend, and maybe even a bigger section than that. Kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, maybe make a B, and then go up and make a C, and then go down at the news, or go down at the news for like a spike reversal, something like this, and then go up and break structure. So like I said, the fact that we do not have a break of structure to the downside still makes me think that there could definitely be another sorting opportunity. Kind of depends what that dollar index does, doesn't it? That dollar index, if that dollar index turns back up and makes a correction to this move down, then that euro dollar is going to turn down also. There's definitely no confirmation of that. And this could even end up stretching out more because it does kind of look like a trend and a correction. So, I mean, it could possibly just keep stretching out. So, we're going to have to be a little careful on the euro dollar. And the reason why I say that is because the euro dollar is one of the only ones that has a broken structure. And going short on the euro dollar is a little dangerous right now just because we're so far down. It really does seem like it needs to make a bigger correction. So let's go down to the pound dollar and head back up to the daily time frame. Pound dollar also made a pretty good push up today. All the dollar pairs did. To me, this looks like a trend, 3 waves up, and then another trend. It actually kind of looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably something like that is going to end up forming. Doesn't really seem like it's over yet, does it? We're not bouncing off a fib level. We definitely don't have a break of structure on this higher time frame. So far, there really is no reason to think that this move down is complete. But I have a feeling by the end of the week that's probably going to change. So we do have a break of structure on this one. So that to me proves that this whole move down is complete. So if that move down is complete, probably the best bet for us is to get rid of this on the short time frames and put a Fibonacci retracement on there. And let me use the other one because it's easier for people to see. I use that one because I don't really care about the numbers and I don't really want it to be too distracting. That's why when I use it on my own personal charts, I do that just because I don't want it to be so distracting. But it's quite hard for people to see. So to me, we're not on a Fibonacci level. I mean, I really don't think this move up is complete yet. This is a downtrend right here. We have a break of structure, which to me pretty much proves that whole downtrend is over. I think this is actually just a wave A. I think there's a good chance it might go down, but that move down is probably going to be a correction to the move up like a wave B. And then it's probably going to go up again for a wave C. Hello, Dylan. How's it going today? Nice to see you. Hey, Super 6. How's everybody doing? So I think that it's more likely to end up doing something like this. And actually, I mean, there's a chance that this could end maybe with a higher low. I could even see something like this happening. So we have to be a little bit careful with our shorts now, I would say. So the pound dollar, I do believe the pound dollar is probably going to end a trend, but that trend is probably going to be a wave A, which means it probably is going to make a move down, but that move down will probably be a wave B, and then it will probably go up again. Maybe tomorrow or throughout London session tonight or Asian session tonight, it'll go up and make an ABC correction to one of these fib levels. And then the CPI news, I think, could cause it to go down and make like the final wave. Now, if we look at the news calendar, we have to realize that most of these big turns happen around news events. And we are talking about a dollar pair, so we have to realize that it's probably going to be a dollar news event that causes these turns. So for me, we have CPI news on Wednesday. That's definitely a very big news event for the dollar. But then if we look down here on the 20th, we also have federal funds rate for the dollar. That's another very, very big news event. So that's why we've actually been kind of plotting this out for quite a while in the members' chats. But if you look back at the dollar index and go back up to a little bit of a longer time frame, I actually think what's going to happen is that this is probably going to make an ABC. Probably something like this, and then CPI is probably going to cause the dollar to go up, and then if we go back to the daily, we're probably going to see something like this. CPI will probably cause the dollar to go up. It'll probably go up to here over the next week or so, and then on the 20th, when we have that federal funds rate, I think that's when it's going to go down, break structure, and then end a wave 2 and continue the downtrend. So if that really is the case, then we need to keep that in mind when we're looking at other dollar pairs. So, I mean, if CPI causes this, and then CPI comes out and it causes this to go down for about a week, and then when CPI is over and then we have that federal funds rate news, that is probably what's going to cause the end of a trend, and probably the end of a wave C on the daily, and probably the continuation of the uptrend. We are on the 4-hour time frame, so that's probably the most likely thing to happen. So I do think this is very close to ending a trend, probably something like this, and then probably something like that, A, B, and C. So the Aussie dollar is one of the ones that the Aussie and the Kiwi are one of the ones that are actually one of the clearest pairs for me right now on the dollar, which is actually quite unusual. Sometimes the Aussie and the Kiwi are some of the unclearest. But to me, this pattern just keeps sticking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of E. I think there's a good chance that this could possibly go, within the next week or so, go up and break structure to the upside. We're at a Fibonacci level. We see 5 waves down. So if that's the case, maybe CPI will cause this to go up, and then it will go down, but then it will not go all the way down and make a new low. It'll make like a 1 and a 2, and then the federal funds rate news on the 20th will be what causes a big giant wave 3. It would make a lot of sense for the federal funds rate news for the dollar to cause a wave 3. So let's keep that in mind. Let's go down to the shorter time frames. So to me, I don't really think this is over. I think there's a 1, 2, 3, probably 4, 5 right there, probably a higher low for the wave 5. And I think this is just all an overlapping pattern. You got like the double 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 of A. I think it's probably going to go down, but that move down will probably be a B. And then it'll probably, actually, I think this one's a little different than the other dollar pairs, because I think this is probably a wave 1. I think this is probably going to go down, but it's going to be a 2. And then it's going to go up and make a 3, 4, 5 of probably wave 1. And then the CPI news is going to cause this to go down, but it's going to make a higher low, like a wave 2. And then it's going to go up and make a big wave 3 at the federal funds rate news. Seems very likely to happen. I mean, a lot of things have to go right for that to play out like that, but it definitely seems pretty likely. Oh, look at the turn. We are definitely getting a turn, aren't we? This is either the end of a wave A or the end of a wave 1, I believe. It should, either way, I think the next move is going to be a correction, either a 2 or a B. So after that, we should get a continuation of the uptrend for either a wave C or a wave 3. Hey, Cloudy. No problem. Hey, Burrick. Crypto crash. Oh, we're going to have to check out Bitcoin. Yeah, we're going to go look at the yen pairs after this, and then we'll go check out some commodities. We'll check out Bitcoin. We'll check out the stock market. So the Kiwi is very similar to the Aussie. It looks almost like a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's a good chance this is going to happen. 1, 2, and 3. Break of structure, proving that downtrend is over. Going down to the shorter time frames, we have a break of structure, so we've been looking for longs for quite a while on the Kiwi dollar since probably mid last week. It looks pretty clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This first move up is probably a wave A or a wave 1. I'm starting to think it's a wave 1. I think it's going to go down, but it's probably going to be a 2, and then it's probably going to go up and make a 3, 4, 5 of probably wave 1, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, definitely a very, very overlapping mess. And if you were looking at this, you would probably think it was a correction and that it would just keep on going down, which there is definitely a possibility that it just keeps on going down, but based on correlated pairs, especially looking at the dollar indexes, I think that the next move down is going to be a correction. It's going to go down, but it's probably going to make an ABC to the downside, and then probably go up again. It might even be a 1, a 2, and a 3. And it might not even be that big of a correction. It could just make it like something like that for a 2, and then go up for a wave 3. So let's head down to the US dollar CAD, which I think this one's fairly clear also. We don't have a break of structure yet, so we really can't confirm anything, but look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape right to a Fibonacci level. I think there's a good chance that this one is going to go down and break structure to the downside also. It might even be, yeah, this one's a little tougher. I mean, it could be a wave A, it could be a wave 1, we don't really know. So we're going to have to wait and find out for that. But either way, it probably is going to go down and break that low right there. So I don't really think that anything is actually over. I think this is a trend. It probably will go up, but it's probably going to be a correction to this. And then it's either going to be a wave B or it's going to be a wave 2. This is either going to be a wave 1 or it's going to be a wave A. Then it should go down and either make a C, which if it is a C, it could definitely go down and bounce off a fib level and keep going up. or it's going to make a wave 3, and if it's a wave 3, it'll just keep doing down, making lower lows, lower highs, and just keep on trending. So 1 hour time frame, I'm definitely looking for shorts. I wouldn't be going long right now. I would very, very likely say that this is going to be a correction, probably something like that. Now, if you are a scalper or you trade like the 15-5 1 minute time frame, then you could potentially get some nice longs over the next day or two. But I think that this is going to be a correction, and I think it's going to go down again. Probably going to last until Wednesday. A, B, C. So, like I said, depends on what you desire. Do you want to trade the shorter time frames to the long side? Definitely could be some nice trades. Or are you going to wait for the end of a correction, which is what I'm going to do. Wait for the end of a correction and go short at the end of the correction for the continuation of the downtrend. So, the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss is another one. It looks like it could be getting very close to being over. I mean, we are at a fib level right now. I mean, you would think that at least minimum it would go down and make a correction to this move up, and then maybe go up one more time and then down. That probably is going to be the most likely, because it kind of looks like a WXY when you go down to this 4 hour time frame. You gotta zoom out a little bit. I don't have it labeled quite as good on this one as I do as my members forecast charts for my Patreon members, but it looks like a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Looks like a 1, 2, 3 up. It would make sense if this made a 1, 2, 3 up again, like 1, 2, 3 up to that 78% fib. So let's take it down a little bit further. 1 hour time frame. Kind of a tough one, honestly, because to me this looks like a trend. Looks like a wave A. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up. Looks like a wave B. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for a wave C. It looks like we had an entry to go long today, and it looks like it could just keep going up. I don't really think there's any real confirmation this trend is over. Our last major structure level is right here, because that's the structure that was made before it went up and made a new high. To me, this looks like one just big giant correction. So I would definitely still be looking for longs and an uptrend on that for sure. The yen pair's made a big turn down, but I still think there's a very good chance that this is not over yet either. I think we're in a wave 5, and I think the minimum it's going to go is this 50% right around the 152 area. I think it could even go up to like the 157. Looks like a trend that it might not be over. I mean, yeah, maybe it will go down, but I think it needs to go up more. Maybe something like that. So I'm still pretty bullish on this one for sure. Now, when you go down to the shorter time frames, the 4 hour, we do have a break of structure, and that is a pretty significant break. I think there probably is a good chance that this is going to go down, make a big old wave A, and then probably go up and make a big wave B, and then probably go down again, make a C. So, I mean, I think we are due for a pretty big move to the downside on this. Now, all the yen pairs are moving pretty strong today, as I'm sure everybody can see. Must be because of that Chinese news that we had this weekend. So, going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is very impulsive. This looks corrective. It could just keep on going down. It kind of looks like it should make an ABC and then go down. So, let's see if that is a trend on the 15 minute. Yeah, that's definitely a trend. That's not a correction. That's probably a wave A. This is probably a wave B. It's probably going to go up one more time to make a wave C and then turn back down. Doesn't really look like it's quite ready to just keep on trending down. I mean, on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like a impulsive up and then down, but it's probably more likely to do something like this. 3 waves up and then go back down. And it really kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is a trend, correction, trend, and then down again. So we're probably going to get a nice long on this today. If you get an impulsive up, break of structure to the outside, that might be a pretty nice long for a wave C, for sure. Especially because it looks like the dollar index is going to turn up, so this is probably going to turn up also. So let's go down to gold. What's gold up to today? I think it's not quite done with its move. Let's head up to the daily. So, I mean, to me, you have to go out to the weekly to really see it, but to me, this looks like the end of a crescent. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves down to a Fibonacci with an impulsive move up. I mean, it definitely could make 3 waves up and go down again, but even if that is the case, it needs to go up again on the sort of time frames, I believe. I think it's more likely to make a 1, 2, 3 and just keep on trending. So let's head down to the daily time frame. To me, on the daily, this looks like a trend, like a wave A or a wave 1. I don't really have no way of knowing for sure. I do think that it is a wave 1, but I don't really know that. I think this is more likely to be a crescent, like a wave 2, which is what I think, or possibly a wave B. And then it should go up and either make a wave C, which if it is a wave C, it would probably look like that, and then go down and break structure. If it is a wave 3, then it's probably just going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows, and just keep on trending up, which is what I actually think is going to happen. So let's head down to the 4 hour. To me, on the 4 hour, this looks like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a trend also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave A. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whether this is actually the end of that crescent or not. So I think the dollar could possibly go up. It definitely looks like it wants to go up. Seems like it's too early for this to end the crescent already. But it looks like a trend. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up to a Fibonacci level. For some reason, I don't know why, but it doesn't really look like it's ready to do this. So if this went down, that doesn't really give us enough time. Let's see, Wednesday is the news. So that would put us right there. Wednesday at 1:30 my time, so the news is roughly right there. So if this is an A, this is a B, and then this is a C, maybe the news is just going to cause this to keep on going up. Either that, or maybe this really is a wave ABC, like an ABC, because CPI would cause it to go up, and then the other index would actually, the FOMC on the 20th of September would potentially cause it to go down. So we're going to have to wait and see whether this next move up is really a wave 3 or whether it's a wave C. If this goes down and breaks structure, I would say that it's the end of a wave B, and I would definitely be going short. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. 3 waves down for the B. Looks like an uptrend for the C. Break of structure to the downside would probably be the end of a wave B, and then it would go down and make a wave C. The news is right here. And then the news would cause this to end the correction and continue the uptrend for either a wave 3 or a wave C. Seems pretty likely. So let's see here. Let me see what we got going on. We're going to go check out some other stuff here in a minute. If you have not done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. You do not ever have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It is 100% free to join. Now the link for that is in the chats and in the description. If you are interested in joining my Patreon membership comes with a 35 video trading course, comes with twice a week Zoom meetings, and comes with a morning meeting that I do every single day pre-London session at 9:15 a.m. UK time, where we go over all the dollar pairs and all the yen pairs, including gold. So, like I said, you can join my Discord for free, but if you're looking to get some of the benefits, then you would have to join my Patreon membership. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, Menu. The only reason why I'm having some doubts about it is because of the dollar, but I could potentially see the dollar making a bigger move down too, because could be even a wave 1. This could even be a wave 2, and it could actually go down, make a 3, 4, 5. The only reason why I was doubting that is because it looks like 1, 2, 3, and then A, B, and then back up. But that doesn't really fit though for this to be a wave 4, because if this was a wave 4, we would have to see a wave 2 around the same size like this. Maybe that's actually what it is. Maybe it really is a 1, 2, and now we're in a wave 3, 4, 5 of A. What would that mean? That would mean that some of these other pairs might just keep on going up. I don't know, could that be a 1, 2, 3? I guess it definitely could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, or 1. I don't know, it's kind of hard to believe that this is a 1, 2, 3, but it definitely could be. The Aussie, yeah, I mean, it's definitely one trend, isn't it? And then a crescent, and then a trend. Yeah, I know, that gap, especially on the yen pairs, that gap on the yen pairs was big. It does kind of seem more likely that it wants to go up, doesn't it? Doesn't really seem like it's big enough to be a wave B, that's my problem. A wave B you would think would go up a little higher to one of these fib levels. Maybe it's just a 1, 2, and now it's going to go up and make a 3, 4, 5. Not liking it, no. Pretty messy. Really, a lot of things have been awful messy lately. Let's go check out these yen pairs. How about this yen basket? What's the yen basket up to? Look at this little consolidation down here. We could draw one of them little boxes pretty easily, couldn't we? We'd have to see some sort of a breakout. Yeah, you're definitely right about that, Yen Berry. The gap is because there was news over the weekend. And the news over the weekend, the market wasn't open, so I pretty much had the gap. It really seems like this thing is ready to make a move up, especially when I look at all the yen pairs. Because, I mean, I see a trend, and then I see a crescent, and then I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it does seem like this needs to go up, logically. The market is not logically. The market is not very logical, though, so I could really see it going either way. Especially on this 4-hour time frame. I mean, it kind of looks like an ABC, but I don't think it is. I think the higher time frames are correct, and that this is actually not even an ABC. Because if we go up to the higher time frames, let's just scroll through real quick on the yen pairs on the higher time frames, because that would give us a good idea. Now, we definitely have consolidation up here. I mean, look at it. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of consolidation after making a very strong uptrend. It probably is going to break out, and it probably is going to make something like that. And then it's probably going to go up. And it would make way more sense on the weekly for this to do this and then go up. And it would make a lot of sense on pretty much all of them. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at a Fibonacci. We don't have a break of structure, but with that 5-wave trend in the Fibonacci area, it would make way more sense for this to do something like this before it actually went back up. So we're going to have to see how this turns out. Now the Aussie and the Kiwi, yeah, those are a different story. I mean, maybe this is an ABC too, and then it goes up. That would actually fit pretty well. Yeah, I guess that would fit pretty well. A, B, C, and then back up. It would be a crescent to this, because I do still think this is a big crescent. It looks like a 1, 2 maybe. A, B, C of 2, and then back up. CAD yen. A, B, C, and then back up one more time. At least one more time to take out this high. And the Swiss yen, this one's a little different just because we're in all-time highs, but I mean, it would make a lot of sense for this to go down and make a crescent about the same size as that, and then go up one more time for a wave 5. I think that is what's going to happen. I think the sort of time frames, the fact that it looks like a crescent on the sort of time frames is just misleading us. I think the weekly is what's telling us the correct story. The fact that these sort of time frames are overlapping makes you think that it's a crescent and that it's going to go up. But it's probably not. Eventually what's going to happen is this thing's just going to go down like a rock falling off a cliff. And in hindsight, you know, in a couple of weeks, we're probably going to look at this and say, oh, that was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of something else. So 1 hour time frame, I mean, I personally think we probably should be looking for shorts. It looks like it should do something like that and keep going down. I think that's the case with all of them. This pound yen is another one. I mean, if you look at it on the 4 hour time frame, it looks like a correction. A, B, C, D, E. But I think this is just deceiving because we're on the incorrect time frame. I think there's a good chance it's actually going to do that. I think the weekly is what we need to pay attention to. So, even though it looks like an A, B, C, D, E, it's probably not. It's probably going to end up doing something like this and just keep going down. You know, it's just going to keep on making corrections and then impulse it down. Correction, impulse it down. So, we're going to have to see how that turns out. The Aussie and the Kiwi a little different. Ooh, CAD yen's going down pretty good. Look at this. Zoom out a little bit on this CAD yen. Look at this price that's in. This is all the way back in the 24th of August. I mean, just look, bam, bam, da, 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 da. Pretty much nothing. A whole lot of nothing for a long time. Oops, I was sorry, right there. There we go. So, I think that they're going to keep going down. I think that everybody's going to be looking for longs, but we should probably be going short. Nothing burger, yeah, pretty much, I agree. I think we need to keep going short on the yen at this point, based on the weekly time frame. We need to keep going short at the end of pullbacks. Unfortunately, I think the shorter time frames are trying to trick us. I mean, you look at pretty much all these pairs, they look like one big correction. But if you look at the weekly, they all look like they need to keep going down. So that probably is what's going to happen. It's probably just going to keep going down by the looks of it. So, let's see. So, let's go take a look at some other things. We looked at all the dollar pairs. We looked at all the yen pairs. Let's go check out crypto, and then we'll go look at commodities. You know, going down a little bit. It makes sense if it would go down and take out this low right here. I'm going to put a little box right there because that's kind of where it would make the most sense. Right there. Because on a weekly time frame, I still think this is a wave B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A. 1, 2, 3, B. C. 42,000 and then back down again. Liquidity, man, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. That's definitely 3 waves up. That's an irregular ABC correction for the wave B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C, and then back up again for the big wave C, A, B, C, or B. I think we're getting ready to go up. Probably not quite yet. I mean, we definitely got some more down potential. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5. Probably a 1, 2, let me clear this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 5. And then a break of structure, probably down in this area, is going to tell us that the trend is over, and it's probably going to be the continuation of the uptrend. So we're definitely still looking for shorts. Look, that was actually a pretty clear correction too. I mean, it was kind of stretched out, but look, one up, wave A. Which Bitcoin really does have a tendency to really stretch out its corrections. Look at that, it just goes on and on and on. Wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, let me draw that better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Impulse it down, break of structure. And then probably going down again. Probably a 1, probably a 2, and we're probably in a wave 3 of wave 5, which is probably a wave 5 of wave C, which is probably a wave C of wave B. Kind of a mouthful, but it does seem like that is what's going on, for sure. Let's look at this total index here. Yeah, look at that. I would say so. Ooh, that one's actually even more clear. A, B, C, and then back up. This is an index of cryptocurrency. Crypto total market cap. That one's Ethereum. This one's Bitcoin and the dollar. That one's Ethereum, Bitcoin. This one's crypto cap. This is the one that I like the most, even though it looks exactly like Bitcoin. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. 1, 2, 3, wave B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave C. A, B, and then back up for C. We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin just kept on going down either. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. Oil. I got a lot going on oil, man. I got too many fibs. Whoops. And then I deleted the wrong one. I want to delete this one. Still not going down. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. Looks like it should go down pretty soon to make a way B. I know, I think the oil top is pretty much in too. Just making a final attempt to go up. Man, this thing's been all over the place too. Man, things are really all over the place. Makes you wonder, the market's waiting for something, if it's CPI or whether it's waiting for the federal dollar interest rate in 2 weeks. Or actually, not even 2 weeks, 9 days. Yeah. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5. We need to see a break of structure to really confirm it though. Man, look at the three-way patterns. What a crap show this thing is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Man, how many waves is that? That's not even a WXY anymore. That's A, B, C, D, E. And then that's probably a wave 5. I bet that is what it is. This is a triangle right here. Probably like, oops, wrong one. I want the trend line. So this is definitely a triangle. It's a contracting triangle. For sure, look at that. That's actually pretty nice. It's definitely not nice, but in hindsight, we can see what it is. A, B, C, D, E. And then this spike right here is probably the wave 5. This is probably the wave 3. This is probably the wave 4. This is probably a 1 and a 2 way down here. If this goes down and starts breaking structure, it's probably going to be the end of a trend on the daily. Unless it wants to touch that 38%, but it looks like a triangle. This is like a real triangle too, a contracting triangle. Descending. Yeah. Both lines are slanted in. To me, the top is slanted down and the bottom is slanted up. So, to me, it's a contracting triangle. But it doesn't matter how you label it. Who cares how you label it? I always say that to my Patreon members. I mean, don't overdo it with your Elliott wave and your triangles and all those things. All you're going to do is confuse yourself and probably actually end up losing more trades because of it. But, yeah. Let's see what nat gas is up to. Looks like it's in a wave 3 of something. Man, what is this thing doing? On what's that, Mark? On oil? The 8 hour? Yeah, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break of structure will prove it's over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave A, most likely. I don't actually trade oil, but we'll see how it turns out. Man, trying to figure out whether this is actually going to go down and make another low or not is the challenge right now. Yeah, I know. I kind of wonder that too. So we got a rejection of structure, but ever since a rejected structure, usually if you get a rejection of structure and it really is not going to go beyond, then it will be impulsive. It's not impulsive. It did reject structure, but the move down looks more corrective than impulsive. So what do we got on the daily? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, even on the daily though, it kind of does look like it wants to go down again. 1, 2, 3. Because this all fits together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. This still to me looks like a correction. It kind of looks like it needs to make a wave 5 still in order to fit with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's stretched out a little too much, I think. Yeah, look how much bigger the potential wave 4 right here is almost twice the size as the wave 2. The wave 2 is this size, so it's probably not a wave 4. Probably not. It probably really is a wave 4 back here someplace. Let's see, how big was that wave 2? One more time. It was this big right here. So if I take that and project it down here, yeah, that would make sense for this to be a failed wave 5 right there. That probably is what it is, even though there's no break of structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, A, B, C of 4, and then this is a downtrend for the wave 5. So if that's the case, then it probably is going to keep going up, isn't it? Oh yeah, and look, it has a break of structure too. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I was originally thinking this was going to be a 1, 2, 3, but then what happened was it made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down and the break of structure. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, wave C. Now be careful, because if this makes 3 waves up and turns down very impulsively, then it could possibly be a 1, 2 of wave 3. But at this point, it probably is the least likely thing. It probably is ending a wave C. It's probably going to keep going up for a wave 3. 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, probably going to continue up, I would say. A 1 hour time frame. I would be looking for longs, but if I saw this, I would get out of my long and go short. But I would be looking for longs right now. It may be in a wave 3. Yeah, no problem. Let me put that on my list, the Aussie Swiss. I sorted an Aussie pair today. I don't think it's working out too great. So the Aussie Swiss. So yeah, let's go check the stock market, and then we'll get to a couple pairs. I gotta look at the US dollar Chinese for somebody too. The stock market, and then we'll go back to looking at some other stuff. Man, I was thinking that this was gonna go down again. Ah, awesome. US dollar yen was a good trade, definitely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was thinking this was a wave A. I was thinking this was an A, B, C, or B. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Not C, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. This is a correction like a 2, which may not be over. It may do that first and then go down for a 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's not really holding below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1. A, B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. If it goes down, breaks structure, it's probably going to be the end of a wave 2, and then probably go down for a wave 3. on the higher time frames, it looks like it needs to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if that's how it works out. Nope, hold on here. Let's see if Joss, what is that you're saying, Joss? Oh, you're at a wedding. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go back to the dollar pairs in a minute here. Let's go look at the US dollar Chinese real quick, and then we'll look at the Aussie Swiss. US dollar Chinese was, ooh, wow, was requested by one of my Patreon members. Man, looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of looks like, just like the dollar index, it kind of looks like it needs to make another wave like this, though. Like a 1, 2, and then this is a 3. We're ending a 3, this is a 4, and then it needs to make a 5. I think that's what's going on here. It probably is going to continue down, but it's probably going to make another correction and then go up one more time for a wave 3, 4, 5. And then probably go down and break structure. Yeah, I think that the euro is going to go up and break that structure also. I bet this is going to keep going down. Probably going to go down, break structure, and it's going to be a wave A. And then it's probably going to go up and make a wave B, and then probably eventually down again for a C. Yeah, I bet that's a wave 3. It could definitely be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. Probably end right around this low right here, someplace in this area. So, let's see here. So let's see if that's what happens. Boy, it definitely looks like it's a wave 3. Look at the dollar. Yeah, that's a wave 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. That is a wave 3, isn't it? I was wondering about that because for this to be a 4, 5, we would have to see a 1, 2 that was roughly the same size as a wave 4. And we don't. What we see is a trend on like the 30-minute time frame. We see a trend, low, high, low, high, low. 1, correction, 2. I bet we're in a wave 3. Let's see what I got for open trades. Not really too much on for open trades. So yeah, I bet that we're going down for wave 3 on that one too. Let's go check out that Aussie Swiss, and then we'll come back and look at the Aussie pairs again. The dollar pairs, that is. So it still, to me, looks like we're in a wave 3 on the Aussie. It looks like a trend, followed by a correction, followed by a big trend. We're probably going to make a correction to this move right here, though. Probably going to be something like that. And then probably down again. Maybe we're ending a wave 3. We can't really tell yet because there's no bigger structure. But 3, 4, then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this Fibonacci extension in the right place? Yeah, it is. So, oh, we're definitely in the area of the end of wave 3. We're already past the 161.8 of this wave 1. So I bet we are ending a wave 3. Yeah, I bet that is the case. This is probably the end of a wave 3. I bet this is going to stretch out and do something like this. Probably an A, probably a B, probably a C of 4. Then probably down one more time eventually for the wave 5. So let's see. Down to the 4-hour time frame. I would definitely be looking for longs right now for sure. It looks like it kind of is ready to go down, but I would be looking for longs. DC. So if we go down to the 1 hour time frame, a break of structure to the downside is what's going to tell us this sets and a trend is over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But most likely it's just going to make another ABC correction, I would say. A, B, and C. And then probably back up again. Let's see. Definitely looks like it wants to go down, doesn't it, Jimmy? The Aussie CAD is another one I'm keeping a close eye on. It kind of looks like it already made a short right here, but I don't like how much it's going up, because this looks like a trend. So if this makes a lower high, I think that's going to be a nice short. It might even keep going down based on the higher time frames. Unless it really is ending a wave 3 or something. Yeah, which I don't really think it is. Probably going to go down and grab this liquidity before we go up again. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with this. This is another one that I'm watching very closely, because to me it looks like a trend, it looks like a correction. It looks like it could go down again. So Menu, I think, is watching this one too. He says 879 area. Ooh, that's a long ways up. Oh, way up there. Wow. He's looking for a big correction. Could be. Definitely could be, buddy. So let's see. Let's go back and check out these dollar pairs. See what's up today. We have to remember that it is. Ooh, look at the gap on the DXY. Gap central right there. That's a big gap. I don't know though. I don't think it's going to get that gap right now. I think it will get it, but probably not now, because to me it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forming. I don't think that's going to go for that anytime soon. Oh, the euro dollar broke structure. Somebody was just asking about this, so let me copy this number and send it to him so he can. Somebody on Discord was just asking me what level I was looking for the break of structure. He's at the wedding trying to sneak in some trades. There we go. So yeah, we got a BOS now, don't we? I personally think we're in a wave 3. I don't think this is over. BOS. Sounds like something else, doesn't it? Yeah, I bet we're in a wave 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. B. C, and then down again. Some of these pairs looks like it would be kind of hard to believe that, but on the US dollar it seems pretty likely. Seems pretty likely that that's what's happening. The Aussie dollar is quite a bit different. The Aussie dollar doesn't look like. Doesn't really seem like that would be the case on this one. But if I go back to the daily, I would definitely believe it, because on the daily, I think this is going to go up in big structure, which is going to prove this whole move down is over, which definitely could prove that the wave B of wave Y is complete on the longer time frames. I think the Aussies found some strength. It could definitely just keep stretching out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kiwi dollar. Pretty much the same thing. It just looks so corrective on these short time frames, but I think the problem is that we're on too short of a time frame. Kind of looks like it needs to keep going. Trying to trap us with a piece of cheese, huh, Mark? US dollar CAD is kind of the same. I don't think this is over yet either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would definitely still be looking for shorts on this for sure. US dollar Swiss is quite a bit different because of, I don't know if it's a Swiss or what, but it definitely is quite a bit different. I buy high, buy high, buy high, buy high, sell low, sell low, sell low. That's how it works, right? So, boy, the US dollar Swiss does not look like the other ones. I don't know if that's a Swiss or not. Let's go see what the Swiss is doing, if it's the Swiss moving. Oh wow, look at the Euro Swiss. The Swiss is going, the Swiss is what's moving these things, not the dollar. Definitely the Swiss. Wonder what's up with the Euro Swiss, look at that. Man, is that the Euro or the Swiss? That's the Euro, isn't it? Man, a little bit of combination between a strong Euro and a weak Swiss. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen on this one, honestly. To me, it looks like one big correction. It looks like it wants to go up again. Maybe it will just keep going up. US dollar yen, I think, is probably going to try to go up also. I think this is going to go up and make an ABC and then go back down again. But, excuse me, it kind of depends on what happens on that dollar index, whether it pulls back or not. Really, the entry was like right there at the end of that correction, and really you should just be holding to find out if it does this, or if it does go back up, maybe you could get out with break even and maybe even go long again. Gold is going down, isn't it? That probably is the end of a correction, isn't it? Man, hard to tell, isn't it? Gold's doing the exact opposite as the dollar again. Look at that. Gold's going down and the dollar's going down at the exact same time. You gotta love gold to trade it. Look at the gold versus silver. That looks like the end of a correction too. That definitely looks like the end of a correction. Man. That really looks like the end of a correction right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. I bet it's going to go down. I was thinking it was going to go up more too, but boy, it doesn't look like it, unless that's another trap. Which it could be, I guess. The market's been 4 traps these last month and a half or so. Right through August, right until now. I don't really like how it made a lower high though. Maybe, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe that is a WXY. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boy. On the 1 hour time frame, it looks like it's going down in a big way, but as you go down to the shorter time frames, it looks quite a bit different. Oops, not the right Fibonacci. Yeah, keep an eye on this. If this thing turns back up, it might make a long. Because I do see 1, 2, 3, W. 1, 2, 3, X. 1, 2, 3, Y. 61% impulsive up would be the end of a curtain. That probably is what's going to happen, isn't it? Tricky, icky, that's for sure. So, if you haven't done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. Like I said, it's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. And you can also participate in my Zoom meetings, not my Zoom meetings, but my live streams on Discord if you like. So as of right now, whoops, that's not right. As of right now, we have 4,222 members on Discord, so a very, very big active community of traders. And as you can see, it's a very active community, all kinds of people in here. So you can join my live streams on Discord also. And you do not have to watch ads or commercials if you do not have YouTube Premium. And you can join 100% for free. You could stay a free member for as long as you like. Now, if you do want to participate in my morning meetings that I do every single morning pre-London session, or you want to participate in my live streams that I do twice a week for my members on Zoom, then you would have to join my Patreon service for that. The link for that is in the chats and in the description also. Every single morning I do a 20-30 minute live stream for all my members where we talk about most likely things to happen on all the dollar pairs and all the yen pairs. It also comes with a 35 video course. Ooh, that is going to make it long, isn't it? Look at that. WXY right there, I bet. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. The link for that is in the chats and in the description. If not, then you can join my Discord channel 100% for free and stay a free member for as long as you like. You're more than welcome. So definitely keep an eye on these pairs. It is Monday. Mondays are very known for being slow and they're known for having false entries. So be a little bit careful. But New York session is definitely going pretty strong right now. It's only 10:30, I think, in New York right now. So the New York session is going strong. So there might be some good opportunities today. So keep an eye on these dollar pairs. Keep an eye on those yen pairs. And my next live stream will be on Wednesday, and it will be for the CPI news. So make sure you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss it. We are going to be live streaming for the CPI news on Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. Thursday is the live stream. Sorry, wrong one. Wednesday is CPI news. I'm sorry. CPI Wednesday we're going to be live streaming for at 1:30 p.m. GMT +1 UK time. So make sure you stop in for that. That will be my next live stream. Tomorrow I will be live streaming, but it's only for my Patreon members. We do about a 2-hour Zoom meeting twice a week on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, where I teach my strategy and where we really dive deeply into pairs for people. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the chat in the description. If not, no problem. Just join my Discord channel 100% for free. Chat with other members, share your charts, share your trade ideas, and really just interact with the group. So anyways, I'll talk to everybody on Wednesday, or if you're a member, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning for the morning meeting. So as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody.